Before we even get into the paperwork, I want to take care of my entrepreneurs who want to start a company or may have already. Just give us a sense, since you've been on both sides of that, from a deal-making standpoint as well as from a producer standpoint, what are some of the customary startup costs for launching your own production company when you intend to focus in producing non-scripted content?
I mean, it's changed a lot. So when I first started, I mean, you could literally just walk into a network with an idea, sort of a log line, an interesting world that you wanted to be in.
By the way, log line, for you guys who may not know, means like kind of the topic, the theme, the idea.
Yeah, like basically like your summation of what the series is about. And you could like tell a network exec, and they'd throw money at you. They would say, "Here's 5 or 10 grand. Go shoot something. Find me a cast. Find me some people that make it interesting."
Yeah,
that was at the beginning, and then it was sort of this kind of mature because reality shows just proliferated. It changed a lot. Then all of a sudden it was, no, you have to come in and you actually have to have your cast. You actually have to do a sizzle. You actually have to spend all this money, 5 to 10 grand on a tape.
So they stepped up the expectation.
Well, they
a little
just
bit.
transferred the cost.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, why are we spending all this money on something that might never come to light? So why don't when they come in, unless they're known producers, like let's make them do all the work. Let's make them do all the development. And what you find now is that the bigger production companies can come in and say like, this is my idea, and you will a network will throw some money. Even
now, a big Prodco can walk through the door without any sizzle, without any tape, and be like, "Hey, I want to produce this."
Yes.
And I got Young Gotti or whatever the rapper is, and
I've got this idea,
and they'll just cut a check. Okay, go ahead, do it.
They'll be like, "Here's like 10 grand.
Let's
see what it is. Like, give me like 47 minutes of it."
Got it.
Meanwhile, if you're like an independent producer like I was, you gotta cross the dot the I's and cross the T's.
I thought you gotta cross the burning sands.
Cross the burning sands too, because I mean, when you come in, I mean, they're asking you for everything. Like they're like, who are the people? Who are the characters? They do this like deep dive that you wouldn't necessarily get at a bigger production company. And so like what you've seen like lately is a lot of the networks are pushing a lot of the smaller producers to production companies. So you have all these pod deals going on. So like a big production company may have like 4 or 5
By the way,
deals.
just want to edify and illuminate and amplify. A pod deal is kind of like a producer has a deal with a network or studio, and they pay in some kind of overhead, and they kind of direct talent to those parties to help them produce content.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that they develop the show and they do it like the way the network wants it. So it's like if and a lot of the production companies, they're doing it on their own. They're finding producers who they think have talent, who like created a show or two, and they're saying, "Why don't you come in-house, work for us, so we can do the deal with the network."